We'll top them off. Happy cows. Happy cows. Gotta keep the cows happy. Just saying, gotta keep the cows happy. Pulling our total mixed ration here. It's nice and full. Take it over here and put it in the feeding troughs. Hope everyone has had a great weekend. I myself have had a fantastic weekend. Been enjoying my Sunday afternoon. Took me a little nap earlier. Got up feeling refreshed. Just had some dinner. Was delicious. Thought I'd get on stream for a little while with everybody, or for everybody, with everybody.
Oh, not much.
Yes, they only took about half the TMR for the feed this time, which they was only about half empty, so it's cool. Gonna put the rest of this back in the silo for a later date. TC's joining me on the server. Awesome. Love, love, love how fast it syncs now. Oh my goodness, it's so awesome.
Yeah.
I still have plenty of straw. I won't worry with filling the straw back up. I'll jump back into that screen in just a second because I do want to keep twitching the loop. I'll keep twitching the loop here. So let's bring this screen back up. Now, the maximum amount of animals that you can have of cows, let's say, is 80. And I did have that many. I did have 80 cows on the farm. But they were just tearing through the food. I mean, they were just absolutely devouring the food. They're gluttons. I have gluttonous cows on this farm. They live like royalty. They really do. I take good care of them. I talk to them. I pet on them. The cows are spoiled. I have spoiled Angus beef cattle on this farm. So anyway, there was 80 of them. I had 80 of them. I sold 60 because, hey, being that they're so spoiled, I had to get rid of them. They just, let them go wandering around somewhere else and be free. So I went down to 20. Kept the youngest ones. See, 17 months here. I kept the youngest ones, and they're almost ready to reproduce. Another month, and they'll be ready to reproduce. And what I'll do is I'll keep them till they reach maturity, which I think is 5 years, 60 months, and then I'll sell them back off. That way I won't keep them that long because the maximum profit you'll get will be probably like 36 months or something, 48. So that'll be like 3,000 per head. And so that's when I'll sell them and get a nice little profit off of them. Because they're just beef cattle. They're not producing milk. They don't produce milk. They're not dairy cattle. So what you do is you buy them young, feed them, let them grow up to reach maturity, and then you sell them. So, and that's what I'll do with these particular ones. And on top of that, they were, like I said, they were going through the food because they're spoiled cows. And they were producing so much slurry that I was having trouble keeping up with it, so There are other forms of fertilizer that I use, basically solid manure, that I pick. What are we doing here? Oh yeah. I sold some of the cows, sold 60 of the cows. We got 20 left. That's going to be plenty. I'll keep it around that number from now on, about 20. That's going to produce enough slurry to keep my fields fertilized and enough manure to keep my fields fertilized. So, and it makes it easier about feeding them and keeping them fed. They won't eat hardly as much. They're not as intensive if you reduce the number of, obviously. Lady says hello, TC.
Hello, lady.
So what I'm doing now is I'm gonna fill this second silo up. This is my TMR silo right here. You fill it up with silage, grass, and straw, and it'll make TMR, which I feed to the cows. And I want to keep ahead of it. I've got a lot in the silo, the main silo back there anyway. But if I keep producing it, I've always got a stockpile of it. So I keep producing it, keep making it every single day I come in. I top off the silo, so it's constantly producing. And that was the grass portion of the recipe. We'll come back over here and get the straw. And I'll show you why the cows are so spoiled. Come, let's check this out. Look at this. Look at this. They're just lounging around. Look. They're just laying there. Absolutely just. It's almost like they're drunk. Oh, so let's see. Oh, sorry, Your Highness, for disturbing you. I didn't mean to wake you up. Oh, well, that was like I'm just repositioning. Don't worry. Let's see. Gluttonous cows. Gluttonous cows, I'm telling you. So we'll go and feed put the straw into the silo for that part of the recipe. While that's unloading, I'll scroll down here and show you. So to make TMR, you need grass, which is the green icon. You need straw, which is the yellow, and you need silage. And silage comes from chaff or grass that you compost and let ferment in the silage bunker, which is what we were doing last night, if you remember, or yesterday. So that's the last component of this recipe, is the silage. And this silo right here in front of me, conveniently enough, but a little planning by yours truly led to this. Make silage. And to make silage, I just need grass or chaff, which is chopped up corn or grass that's been cut and then dumped into the silo. And that'll make silage. So I'll just whip the tractor back around here. Start dumping that, and you'll see that the red dots mean it's not actively producing, or it's out of materials. It's out of materials actually. When it's not producing at all, there is no dot. Like some of my production things here, you see there's no dot, like the lime here. It's inactive. It's completely inactive. I have the materials, I just don't have it active. The red dot means I have materials missing. So, if I wanted to make solid fertilizer, I would need to get manure or slurry or digestate, what have you. The blue dot means it's active, has materials, and it's running. And that's what's happening here. So now we're making TMR, and it's making 24 cycles a month. We'll let that work. That'll take a while to make a nice little stockpile of it there. But I'm not worried because, like I said, I have plenty of TMR in the silo ready to go. So in theory, I could stop making TMR for several days from the silo there, and still have enough to feed the cows. But it's okay. I like keeping ahead of it. I like having a stockpile. So, what are we going to do on the farm? That's got the cows fed. It's got the sheep fed. So that's the two main things. I've got the animals fed. You know, they're now happy or happier. They have food. So let's go see what needs to be done here. I'm pretty sure there are a couple fields need to be harvested. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, there's a couple fields need to be harvested, and I'm sure the grass by now is ready to also be cut. I can run over here and check. Oh yeah, that grass is ready to be cut for sure. I'm loving the faster movement speed mod that we have in the server. Fast running quickly. Yeah, that grass can be cut too. That's good. What do we got here? Wheat, and I think I've planted barley, oats in here. Yeah, oats. So, which I've got the corn header on the harvester. So. He's not getting in. Do I have to go around to the side? Really? I do. Wow, I did not know that. I thought you could get in from either side. Yeah, I've got the corn header on, so that's got to be changed. I've got to go back to the grain header. Hello, Radiating. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the lurk. Fold the corn header up, get it out of the way. Oh, we always know when there's pain around Radiating. There's no sneaking around. Lady's got her eyes everywhere. Gotta remember what I did with the grain header. I think it's back here. Stop. Well, folks, oh, I know what I walked right past it. That's literally what I did. I walked right past it. Yeah, okay, now we're hooked up. Get the rolling here. Now, I chose oats and wheat for the particular fact that I want straw, which is what's happening here. It's dumping out the leftovers from the oats into a nice, neat pile here. Because I want straw. I want to keep my straw, put it back in the silo. She does, yes. That's exactly what she does. She's making sure that I am actually working and not just goofing off, which I am prone to do from time to time. I'll get distracted and find myself not actually working, but just kind of playing around with the tractor or something. So she's got to keep a close eye on me. She does, that's for sure. How are you doing, TC? You had a good Sunday?
Yeah, you?
Was good. Was fantastic. Yeah.
What I did today is just loaded our barn with some hay.
Nice.
$50 each.
Wow. Yeah, on the way to church this morning, I saw several people rolling and raking. So, just carrot juice radiating. She doesn't give me tea, but actually that's not true because you know, she will give me tea this time since you mentioned it. So, what I need to do now is unload that trailer. Grab a tractor here. Maybe ice water if I'm lucky, huh? So maybe I get ice water. Wow, you're so nice to me, LadyBear. No sweet tea, maybe some ice water. Well, look, it's March, so I don't actually need, the ice water right now. But when it gets hot, I'm gonna be wanting some ice water or sweet tea. I prefer the ice water when it's hot. So. Unload our oats into the trailer here. I do. I have to fend for myself about 99% of the time. Luckily, there's a river out in front of my house, or actually her house. I say my house like I live there. Luckily, there's a river out there that I can go swimming in and get all the water that I need. It's not as good as her water, but. Lady, how's this stream running, or radiating for that matter? Is it running sort of smooth? Is it still a slideshow? How's it doing? Is it pausing a whole lot? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I'm just making sure that I didn't have this enabled, the to Twitch push to talk key, so I can talk directly to Twitch without interrupting TC. Of course, TC isn't talking either, but it is pausing a lot. Thank you, radiating. I really don't know how to stop that. I might need to lower the graphic settings down some. We'll try that. See, I wasn't paying attention and my harvester got full. So we'll unload this real quick here. I'm going to leave the server TC, but I'll be right back. I'm just going to change my graphic settings real quick.
Checking your chat bot to make sure it was active.
So what I'll do, Twitch, is I'll exit the game and change my graphic settings real quick. You won't actually lose the stream. I'll bring the stream down because this won't take but just a second here. Go to low on everything. Load back into the server. If you are interested in joining LadyBear Farms, you need to be a bear. And to be a bear, you need to join the trucking company, LadyBearTrucking.com. Sorry, TC, what was that?
I said, yep, that did work fast.
Yeah, oh yeah. I just went from high to low, so it wasn't hard. But if you're interested in the mods we're using, you see a list there. That's the list of mods that we're currently using on LadyBear Farms. So that's got all the oats done. Let's move over here to, no, the oats aren't done, I'm sorry. I've got about half a strip of oats here to do, sorry. My bad, folks. Here, I thought the oats were done. Okay, now they're done. Unload this little dab into the trailer. Now we can go get the wheat up. So I'm going to enable GPS. There we go. GPS is enabled. Start it. I'll hire a worker and let him do that while I go and dump this trailer full of oats. Clock is still pausing a lot. I don't want to save them. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to store them. I want to sell them. So we'll sell the oats. Wasn't even looking at how many liters we had there for oats, but coming out with $62,371 for the harvest of oats, which isn't bad. We'll come back over here and unload the worker because I'm sure he's getting close to full, if not already. And as you can see, I have him also dropping straw path here. All perfect timing. Oh, that worked out well. We'll unload the wheat from the worker. Once he gets unloaded, I'll swing around and follow him. Or maybe I won't because he's running off and leading me.
Oh, who's that?
The British gamer is joining the server.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize that name for a sec.
Yeah. Yeah. Let the worker fill up the harvester before we unload him. So this is our wheat crop. Like I said, we're just basically doing this for straw, which is being put into nice rows here from our worker. And once that's done, we'll come back through with the forage wagon, collect it, put it to the silo for later use. We could bale it, but I'd rather collect it loose and store it in the silo. I've got no way to chop the bales up, or actually there is, but that's a mod actually that MDT was talking about last night. Maybe adding to the server at some point would be a way to easily and quickly chop the bales up of straw. So the worker will do this row and the next row, and then he'll be finished. And let's see, that's my grass field that needs to be done later. Hopefully it'll be daylight soon so everyone can see what's going on. It's 4:30. It'll be another 5 minutes or so, 10 minutes, something like that, before it's actually daylight. And just like ATS, it's hard for me to see the game when it's dark like it is now. So normally I'll sleep or advance time manually through the admin control panel, but jumped right in this time. It's fine. John had this mod right here, and it's actually pretty handy. It puts an overlay over a trailer when it's being filled up, and it lets you know exactly how much is in it without actually having to get into the tractor to see. Handy little mod. He would have to tell you the name of it because I can't remember, but it is nice.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, it really is handy, isn't it? So that's got our wheat done, and we'll go. Actually, let's go repair and refuel our harvester. So that's ready for the next time that we decide to put some wheat or oats down. $15,000 to repair the harvester. Wow. Bear hugs LadyBear. Drop the grain header off right here. No, we won't. I like driving through there sometimes. Let's not do that. It'll be in the way. We'll put the grain header over here. Yeah, that's a better option. Put it behind the other one. Alright, disconnect. Now let's store the harvester for a while. Go grab that trailer full of wheat and sell it. Actually, we will sell it. But I do have a grain mill, and I didn't even think about that when I was doing the oats just now. I should have put the oats into the production facility. Pretty sure it takes oats. Let me look over here. Yep, see, I could have turned my oats into flour or whatever. It's fine, no big deal. I sold them straight. It's fine. But that's what I had intentions of doing when I planted the oats, was selling them to the grain mill that I've got built over here. I'll show you. So this is the grain mill here, and it takes different types of grain: oats, sorghum, that sort of thing. It'll turn the wheat and barley and oats into flour, sorghum flour as well. So that's what I had intentions of doing with the oats earlier, and I forgot. So what will happen here is this will start running. You'll see that now I have materials that's running, and start making pallets of flour, which will appear right here, and then are sold automatically. I guess I better wait till it's unloaded, huh? Okay, so that's done. While we're in this tractor, we'll go and repair and refuel it as well. Normally I'll wait until the tractor's about halfway before I refuel and repair them. It just depends on, I guess, my mood at the moment. The dialog box, let's see, they repair the trailer as well, the front loader, the tractor itself, and then the forks. There we go, fully repaired. Awesome. We'll park this tractor and get something else, and get the forage wagon connected to something, and go get that straw. Thank everybody in Twitch for hanging out, for TC for hanging out with me in Discord. Appreciate it. Give me a set of ears to chat to.
You're welcome.
So that's the first trailer full. Just making sure everyone's awake in the chat there. That probably scared Lady to death. Thank you for the hop emotes, Lady. Kubleko. So if you remember from yesterday, we did this field in the process of getting a 100% yield off of it. We will do the same today. Today, however, it will be different because it doesn't need to be plowed. Wheat is one of those crops that does not need to be plowed afterward. It can be straight cultivated. So once we pick up the straw off of it, we'll do the fertilizing, either a slurry or a dry manure, either one. And then we'll do the mulching, and then we'll just need to cultivate. We won't need to plow the field, we won't need to turn it over. Like I said, wheat is one of those crops that does not require plowing after it's been harvested. Talking to the British gamer in game chat there. I don't know if y'all can actually read that text or not. It's probably pretty small. Second trailer. So getting back to my original point, we'll fertilize it first, we'll mulch it, and then we can cultivate it, and that's going to give it a different look. And I'll show you, like I did yesterday, the different states that cultivating a crop or a field that has a crop on it once it's been harvested, and that will return us back to a 100% yield bonus state once we plant a new crop on there.
Hey, Ray.
Hey, Radiating.
Hello, hello, hello.
The pain has arrived.
Oh, yeah.
You can see the bonus you get from the 100% yield here. This is 3 trailers full of straw just off this one field, and there's going to be more actually. So that's 150,000 liters just off that smallish field, and it is small compared to the rest of the fields here. So that's 150,000 at minimum, you know, straw getting off this field. going back for more. And that's just off the oats. We still have the wheat field to do, which is just right next door. So if you're just starting out, farming on your land, that 100% yield bonus, it comes in quite handy. I mean, it is beneficial to you to go through the steps of getting to that stage, getting to that point. After you reach a certain point, though, and you're, have a nice bankroll of money and have plenty of money to begin with, or afterwards, it's really up to you whether you want to go through all those steps just to get to the 100% yield. It's not very much time consuming, but it is, for every field, it can be tedious. See, that's why I didn't want to put the wheat hitter right there. I drive through there sometimes as a little shortcut. Try to figure out what we want to plant next in these fields. Might do cotton in one of them. Cotton pays really well, and I believe it's one of those fields that needs to be plowed after, so give us an opportunity to do that. Cotton does take several months to grow as well, so if we plant it now, it's March. It'll be probably October or so, maybe even November before it's ready to harvest, which is fine. We don't have seasons turn on the server, so we can plant and harvest whenever we'd like. Farm Sim 22 does allow you to be more simulator-like in the fact that it will only let you plant crops when they're in season, basically, or harvest when they're in season. We don't have that option turned on the server, though. Semi-simulating, I guess you would say. And the point of that, if you didn't know, is kind of remote. No one wants to get on and work. I mean, it's your free time. It's supposed to be relaxing. And I say no one. The majority of the bears would rather just get on and do, a relaxing type of gameplay. I myself, will take moods where I want to be simulating, and I have single player for that if I ever get the urge to. I know there are a lot of other people, a lot of other streamers like doing the simulation style where it's strictly, you can only plant crops in this time of year and harvest in this time of year and what have you. It adds a new element to the game, a different element to the game, and that makes us unique. You know, we all enjoy different styles of gameplay. Got about 5 more rows of straw to pick up here, which is probably going to be another couple of trailers full. So we're going to end up with about 450,000 liters of straw off these 2 fields. And like I said, those are the small fields. These are the smaller the fields that I cut out. And when I say cut out, the fields were large. I mean, absolutely humongous. And I landscaped them using the landscape tool in game options here to shorten them, creating several different fields out of 4 large ones. I did keep several large fields like the ones across the road there. Most of those are bigger by comparison than the ones on this side of the road. This field in particular is probably the largest field that I have, and you can see that was all one large field at one time. And I put a road through them to kind of break it up a little bit and make them smaller. They're easier to handle, easier to work with. Before this particular stream is over, I will go by the house and show you the house for this particular farm. There's 8 economies that you can have on Farm Sim 22. So and each economy can have its own house, can have its own farmhouse. Lady picked this particular spot on the map, the northeast corner, and from there, I did make it a little more eye candy-ish. Made it look nice, made it look pretty. And I'll walk up there and show you what it looks like around the farmhouse. Well, we spent a lot of time once this map was installed and running, clearing some trees over there, as you can see there to the right. A lot of work went into that particular project. John and Lady herself cutting trees, making wood chips to carve out a little space for a garage and a shop. Just doing a little reading on the second monitor here. I'm trying to give everyone the best possible experience as you watch the stream, listen to the stream. And to that end, I'm doing a little research while I'm farming here. Just about done with the straw. Ooh. Got off track there. I'll go back and pick that up if I have enough room once I fill the trailer up here with this load. Yeah, the next load won't be a full trailer full, so I'll be able to pick up all the little bits that I missed that time. I said we won't have a trailer full, but I might be wrong. We might actually end up with another trailer full. These two rows here. Welcome back, LadyBear. Yes, I did. Thank you. Working hard out here. I need it. This is going to be our last trailer of straw. Like I said, now we'll go back and grab some fertilize these fields, and get them ready for the next sowing. Something that I have taken to doing lately, the last several times that I've sown seeds, is wait till March, April, like you would in real life, before sowing. Like I said, we don't have seasons turned on, so we can plant anytime we'd like. If we wanted to plant corn in December, we could. That's up to us. But for my own gameplay, I've waited until March, April before planting seeds. Waited till May, 1st of June before cutting the grass. But that's just personal preference. It doesn't actually mean anything. Not required by any stretch of the imagination. Take a look and see how much slurry I actually have. 2 million liters. Yeah, we can do that. Let's do the slurry this time. I was going to use the dry manure there, but we'll do the slurry this time. We have plenty. There's lots of fertilizer to use. We do have the what is that thing called? Right there in the corner. Rubicon. We could use the Rubicon to fertilize. We have the small spreader over there in the other shed to use. We have slurry, we have manure, digestate. Any of that would be fine as a fertilizer. There is no bonus from using one to the next. The game counts it all as fertilizer, so. I'm taking this right out of the cow barn itself before it makes it to the slurry tank. Check on the cows real quick here. Oh yeah, it's got plenty of food, okay. I spoil them. I really do. I know I do. So you can see that the ground has turned darker where the fertilizer has been applied. Easy way to tell that the fertilizer is actually on the ground. I think they're busy farming, LadyBear. They haven't been chatting much. Or quite a little group tonight. I think everyone is kind of anticipating going back to work tomorrow, so they're all kind of just chilling, relaxing, enjoying the stream, enjoying farming, whatever they're having to be doing. Back to the books. Alright. Thank you for the alert. Study hard. The one thing about the slurry tanker is it runs out quickly. It really puts a lot of fertilizer on the ground. You can see here just a small field has already used about 24,000, 26,000 of slurry. That's liters. I don't normally use the slurry on the larger fields because it does run out so fast that it needs a pretty constant refill, and so I have to keep traveling back and forth between the slurry tanker or the slurry tank and the field that I'm fertilizing. Larger fields I use either the Rubicon sprayer or the pull behind sprayer with the solid fertilizer or the manure. But for the smaller fields, this is fine. I'm right here. I'm really close. So I'll just refill the slurry tanker again. Once I get it lined up. There we go. I just want to say for a moment here, I'm glad everyone is hanging out with me. I appreciate that. Being in the chat, being active, talking amongst yourself, talking to me, watching, enjoying the stream, I hope. The bears are awesome. The bears are just awesome all the way around, through and through, top-notch people. If you're watching and not in a VTC, LadyBearTrucking.com, we play Farm Sim, ATS, ETS2, and if you don't play any of those things, if you don't play none of the things I just mentioned, you can still join the Bears Den Discord. Bears Den Discord is a community of gamers, and we play lots of other things. Come in, hang out. Lots of useful information concerning a lot of different games, lots of different stuff. Be a part of the community. You don't need to be in Lady Bear Trucking, although I wish you would. Join the company. But come in. It's a community of gamers. Frosty9 is in the chat. How you doing, Frosty? Thank you, lady, for the link there to the Bears Den Discord. Appreciate that very, very much. One of us, exactly right. Come see what the fuss is all about. LadyBearTrucking.com. Just doing a little farming here, Frosty. Forest, playing some forest. I have never heard of that, Frosty. What is it? Is that some kind of first-person shooter or something? is it some kind of lumberjack game? Are you being a lumberjack, Frosty? I see a radiating pain is spying on me up here. Are you working for the woman in charge for radiating? Are you keeping an eye on me?
I'm just trying to sell the woman in charge some wool.
uh, you know what? You should be able to use the wholesale over here. I think there is a wholesale production building right here. The brick building, the big building right here. I don't know if you can sell it to that or not. Oh wow. Okay, I'm gonna read that because just reading that sounds awesome. Deforest. The lone survivor of a passenger jet crash, you find yourself in a mysterious forest battling to stay alive against a society of cannibalistic mutants. You've got my attention. Build, explore, survive in this terrifying first-person survival horror simulator. Well. That sounds like it's on the complete opposite spectrum of Farm Sim 22. Yeah, right there. I don't know radiating if you can sell there or not. You can try it and see. Yeah, I hear it selling.
It's selling.
Awesome. So what radiating is doing here for the stream, this is a sell point. Instead of having to drive anywhere else, I mean, he could literally drive to wherever he wanted to. We added a mod that added this sell point, and it'll buy anything. It'll literally buy anything. It'll buy silage, it'll buy cotton, corn, grain, slurry, fertilizer, manure, rocks. I mean, it'll literally buy everything. And this particular mod was added because the map is large, and it would take, it takes some time to drive your crops or your things all the way over to the sell points, the normal sell points that are on the map. So the mod was added. I added the spot there, so anything that I produce on the farm that I want to sell, I can drive right over there and not actually leave the general vicinity of my farm and sell my stuff. Getting back to Frosty's game though, geez, that sounds intense. I mean, that's I don't know. Like, that sounds like something that you would want to turn off the lights and play in the dark and, scare the jeepers creepers out of you, So we got the field fertilized, so let's go do the mulching now. Grab the mulcher here. This part always takes the longest. This is the most tedious part of the process, and probably the part that I dislike the most because it does take so long. Don't tell anybody, but I'm going to cheat just a little bit. Actually, this needs to be repaired. Okay, so if you're not familiar with Farm Sim 22, on the right hand side you'll see the yellow bar and you'll see the wrench spanner if you're from across the pond. And you see how the bar there is about halfway down. That's what the maintenance level is currently at. And once you connect a tool or implement, it gives you a combined status of what the tractor and tool are at in terms of needing repair. So I'm going to lower this and drop this, and you'll see once I disconnect, see how the bar went up. My tractor is almost fully in good shape here. It needs a little work, but it's about 95%. But once I connect the mulcher, watch when it connects the mulcher. See how far it dropped there? Went about halfway. So that's letting me know, that's telling me, I knew beforehand that the tractor was in good shape. It's telling me that the mulcher actually needs to be repaired. So I'll drive over here to the maintenance shop and repair the mulcher before we actually get to work with it. There is a mod that will allow you to see the individual repair status of everything. And since we're here, let's go to repair the tractor too. There is a mod that will allow you to see the parts individually, so you could tell individually what needs to be repaired, what doesn't. So that's just a little FYI there. If you play Farm Sim, didn't know that. It takes the combined tractor and tool into account when you're repairing things. So what I started to say here was I'm gonna cheat just a little bit. Don't tell anybody, but I'm gonna set a worker to do this because, like I said, this is the most tedious part of the process. And only because the tool is so narrow. You'll see how it's not very wide. Not very wide at all. See, I mean, it's even a small field like this, and this is by this particular map standards, this is a tiny field, actually. So you can imagine maybe doing a field like this, mulching a whole field like this with that thing. Normally what I do with fields that large is I'll get a couple of workers doing the mulching. Like here, I'll just let that particular worker do the mulching, and while he's doing that, I'll go do something else. LadyBear is awesome. LadyBear is awesome. LadyBear is always awesome. So while the worker is doing that, I'll come grab the... I jumped in the wrong tractor for this, but I'll use this one anyway. I'll come grab the cultivator and be ready for him to finish mulching that field. Hooked up here. We will stay out of the worker's way. I don't know what he's doing now. I think he's drunk. I'm glad everybody else was watching that, because that dude just backed all the way up just to turn around and do what he's getting ready to do there. That was weird. Anyway, while he's doing that, I've got the cultivator ready. Let's go ahead and just unfold that too. But we're far enough back, we're staying out of his way. That's unfolded, that's ready. We'll let him work on that, and while he's doing that, let's go do something else. Cows have been fed, sheep have been fed. All my cows up and running around now. Well, some of them aren't. I'm telling you, I have spoiled cows. These cows are why is there grass growing here? Cows are absolutely spoiled. They are living a life of luxury here on this farm. They're fed every day. They are, listen at them, they're just, yeah, spoiled cows. Happy cows. I really don't need to cut the grass. I just cut the grass the other day. What I could do is plant some crops though. Could definitely do that. Let's do that. Let's plant some crops. Let's jump into the big John Deere here. While the workers mulching that field, we will come grab our seeder planter. Actually, I think it's a planter because it does corn as well. So we'll refill it with seeds as well since we're here. Probably don't need to, but we will. Getting that line harder than it looks. Let's come at it from a different angle. Well, that was an exercise, everybody. This is a mod. This planner is a mod, and it's a decent mod. Don't get me wrong, it's a decent mod. Um, the creator did something I find a little odd. He set the wheel so far forward here, and that it's hard to swing the thing in the direction that I want it to go. And it makes it a real pain in the butt about backing up as well, backing it back into the shed when you're done with it. But it is a nice cedar planter, whatever you want to call it, because it is actually has a working width of incredible proportions here, as you'll see. quirky thing number 2 with it is once it's unfolded, it needs to be unhooked and let it drop. You need to unhook it, let it drop, and then reconnect it. What do you think? Soybeans? We haven't done soybeans for a while. That sounds good. Soybeans normally pay pretty well, but pay is not really a big deal. Income from crop harvesting is not really a concern for blue barns at the moment. So we'll do soybeans here. We'll plant the other 2 fields in something, probably not soybeans. We will plant them in something that requires the same header though. So maybe wheat, oats, sorghum, some kind of grain crop, since the soybeans require the grain header. There's no point in changing headers just to harvest a crop when they're this close together, so we'll just do all the same basic types of crops here. Let's check on our worker over in field, I think it's 19. Yeah, they're about halfway done with that first field. Is he missing some ground there? It looks like he's missing some ground. Fruit Loops. I would love to grow some Fruit Loops. Race Worker, welcome to the stream. It's a long time no see. I haven't seen you for a while. I would love to grow some Fruit Loops. Honey Smacks, Raisin Bran, some Reese's Peanut Butter cereal would be nice as well. Any of those things would be awesome. Race Worker's now making me hungry for cereal. Apple Jacks. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'm going to make another pass through this field here because he missed about a foot wide strip there. When the game says cereal grains, I don't think that's exactly what you're talking about, Race Worker. But it could be, I'm not an expert. Good morning, MDT. You'll notice that it's not raining, MDT. It's not raining. How you been doing, Race Worker? I haven't seen you for a while. You just come in the chat and hang out. You've been busy. Got real life take over for a little while. It's understandable. What's up? Lady Bear cannot get studying done because she is hanging out in the chat constantly, which I absolutely adore. It doesn't. And it's kind of become a running joke here on LadyBear Farms that it always rains when MDT's on, which is very interesting because, like I said, it's not raining now. It never rains when you're at work. I completely agree with that. If MDT's not on the server, it doesn't rain. Period. End story. You're right, Rice for Grid. It does not work. It you get a sloppy mess is what happens if it's raining and you're trying to plant or do any kind of farm work. Ah, yes, the snow, the frozen rain, as it were. Oh, you're listening to the video. I got you. Okay. So you are actually studying. You're just kind of got me in one ear and the video in the other. I got you. I hear you. She doesn't need to spy on me. She has radiating pain, apparently, spying on me because he was up at the farm earlier, just chilling, sitting at the end of the field in his truck, watching. She has also admitted that she sits on the front porch of the house drinking iced tea while I work. So, or maybe it's ice water. Ice something.
Wasn't me.
See, radiating denies it, but of course, obviously he's going to say that, because the boss is watching. She's always watching. I mean, she's got her eye on me every second. She has to make sure that I'm, out here working. And for the most part, that's fine because I am prone to wander. I'll get sidetracked and won't actually be doing anything on the farm. That's a great question, DT. I would like to know that as well. I'm sure, I am absolutely positive that she is paying him more to spy on me than she's paying me to work on the farm. So that doesn't sound like a payment. That sounds more like a punishment, Lady Bear. Oh, okay, hang on a second here. If he's getting carrots, he's getting apples, he's getting spinach. Those things have to be grown. So you're telling me that I am paying my own spy, or I'm paying the person spying on me from the fruits of my labor. So I am growing the produce that he's getting to spy on me. I don't even know how I feel about that. Like, I mean, it's just, I don't know. That's beyond comprehension for me right now. let's put sorghum in this field here. We did soybeans, so we'll do sorghum here. Oh, no GPS. That's way off, Bart. What are you doing there? That's how the cookies crumble. Well, that's a nice little setup she's got there. I mean, she's hired you to spy on me, and I'm the one paying you. Living the life. Yeah, you are. I'll definitely have to add that as a command, MDT. Definitely have to add that as a command. Okay, MDT, you be safe going home.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Good night, TC. Again, I don't know if you can actually see the chat there. Gamer is asking about how does he go about having his own economy on the farm. And LadyBear Farms has all 8 economies maxed out at the moment. And that's something that I wish FarmSim or Giant Software would take into account, is maybe adding, or the option to add more economies in the future. I have found a way to add more, but I do have to edit the game files to do so. And he's saying, if it's a bit of a hassle, don't worry about it. And it would be. I mean, it could be done, and I could do it. I do have to edit some game files. I'd have to bring the server down. I'd have to download the files and then edit them, re-upload the game. bring a server back up and what have you. So that's not something you actually could do on stream or do, quickly. And again, this is all because Giant Software has limited the economies for a multiplayer game to 8. If they would expand that to say 16, or it would be a lot more conductive to having a multiplayer server. But if there is more than say just gamer wanting their own economy, say Pink in the future wants her own economy or what have you, then we may actually look into expanding and editing those files so that everyone has a chance to create a farm, grow it, make a go at it on their own without relying on Green Acres and its bank full of money to play. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to plant sorghum in both these fields, just for the sake of simplicity. And as you can see, these fields have been cultivated nice and smooth looking. I think they were fertilized beforehand, so they should have been at 50% fertilized. This should put them at 100. I'm not sure about the yield bonus. Again, that's if your farm is already taken care of and you've got a good start and you're at a good place on your farm, you really don't need the 100% yield bonus, because it's 2% does add up on fields that are large and over time, so to speak. But when you're planting crops the way that I plant crops, in particular, basically just to have some kind of activity to do and, some kind of work to do, then having that yield bonus isn't really something that you need to aim for every single time. I'll do a few passes here with the planter, get the sorghum planted in the fields. We'll jump back over to the worker and see how he's doing with the mulching in 19 or whatever that field is up there. Okay, lady. Let's see, a couple more passes here. We'll be done with the sorghum. I touched on this subject a few days ago in production facilities. Sorghum you can turn into either flour, which I do have a grain mill. I think you can also make sugar out of it, or maybe that's just sugar cane molasses or something, whatever. But if you have production facilities on your farm or purchased, then you can take your crop, whatever it may be, input it into the production facility, turn it into something else, get a product from that, and then if it's something like cotton, you turn into, or wool, turn it into a fabric, and then fabric into clothes. So the one crop can then be manufactured into other things that can be sold. A fantastic way to make money, by the way, in Farm Sim 22. I believe MDT said last night that he had sold a truckload of clothes for over $1 million. So if you are looking for maybe not a quick way to make money, a decent way to make money at least. Just about finished with this field. Like I said, we'll jump over and see how the worker is doing with the mulching. A few more little items need to be done on the farm here before I call it a night. I am going ahead and end the stream now. Thank you all for hanging out. I do appreciate it. Dropping by, chatting in the chat with me, keeping me occupied. Thanks to those who have jumped into the Discord server, spent some time with me. Appreciate it. Don't know when I'll stream next. Maybe tomorrow, maybe later on in the week. There is a weekly convoy, LadyBearTrucking.com, every Friday. This week it'll be ATS. Keep an eye out for that in the weekly convoys channel. And I believe Lady said that she's going to try to stream this Friday, so definitely be looking forward to that. Again, thank you all for hanging out. Appreciate it. Have a good night, Twitch. I will see you